Hello, extended family, and welcome to episode 3 of the new season of The Family That Games Together, starring the D&D Grandma. For this episode, things are going to be a little bit different, as for the first time in history, save for one diplomatic mission to Greybreak, the party is venturing out beyond the walls of the city of Whitebridge, in pursuit of the ancient white dragon that crashed the wedding reception of Sarielle and Samwell Crow. They're looking for answers, and they're looking for revenge, perhaps. I want to just get a little bit of business out of the way, and then we can get on with the show. First off, this past Saturday, September 28th, I had the pleasure of playing in the Charities and Champions all-day D&D event with Real Women of Gaming. It was a great time. We raised over $600 for Extra Life, every cent of which went to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. We had an amazing time, so it should still be up on their Twitch channel for quite some time, so go check them out at twitch.tv/Real Women of Gaming and check out the latest event, where we had to explore this strange tower where the arcane planes were sort of converging in on one another. Things got hairy at certain points, but I don't want to give away any spoilers, actually. So go check out the game. It was a great time. We had an amazing time playing together. For those of you that haven't heard, this coming May 15th to the 17th, I am going to be the game marshal for East Coast Comic-Con in Secaucus, New Jersey. I cannot tell you how excited and a bit nervous I am about this. Quick little rundown of what it's going to be. All the modules that are going to be run by the various all-star guest DMs I'm bringing in to help with this event are going to be taking place inside the world of Uranus, which is where my podcast campaign takes place. Those modules that get played, or whatever it is the DMs plan on running, will be canon going into the next season of our podcast story. So not only is it a chance for you to come out and game with the family personally, you could potentially affect the story of the next campaign, because whatever happens at East Coast Comic Con will be considered canon going into the next campaign. So come on out and potentially affect the future of the story. It's going to be a star-studded list of DMs. We are going to do DM reveals once we have everything squared away and we know exactly who's going to be there running game tables. So just stay tuned to our Twitter, which is @DNDGrandma, and listen up for updates. I want to give a big thank you to our new patron, Sarah M. Black, who just pledged to be a Patreon supporter, which every time that happens, we are just so moved. So thank you very much, Sarah. We always appreciate the generosity that this community shows. And finally, I want to give a big spotlight today to long-term friends of our podcast, Tabletop Loot. Tabletop Loot has been great friends, great supporters of us before we were even podcasting. So they are an amazing dice company run by a husband and wife team who just wants to love and support this community the same as us. So go check them out. They have great quality dice at some of the best prices you're going to find out there. You could find them at tabletoploot.com. What do we always say? One can never have too many dice. So with that, I think that's enough. I've gone on for too long. Sit back and enjoy episode 3. Picking right up from the battle with the white dragons in Sarielle's now destroyed house.
Where's my father throughout all of this?
Your father was helping getting the council to safety.
Okay.
He was rushing back in with his sword in hand as the adult dragon fell.
Okay. Did he see me fall the adult dragon?
Yes, he saw the lightning bolt.
Okay.
As you look over to your left side and you see he's sort of frozen in place. Like, wow.
Yay! It's always a good day when you're first to bed.
He and Adric Orcsbane were both running back in. Or Orcsbane great axe out. He doesn't react as much, but you get the feeling not much impresses Adric Orcsbane. And you look around, you see the dignitaries at that one table frozen in place, just like ice sculptures themselves. And it is chaos outside the house. You can hear the sounds of the guards just running, yelling. That it is just a chaotic scene. What's everyone doing in the immediate vicinity?
I'm making fun of Sarielle for throwing one hell of a wedding. But are there any more dragons? You said there's no more dragons. Everyone's just
One got
afraid.
away.
There's the big one, the gargantuan one that got away.
I'm actually looking for my dogs and Steven. Do I see them anywhere?
You can hear your dogs outside the house.
I'm gonna run to them.
Okay. The dogs are okay. They didn't...
Did they get hurt or cold?
No, they appear to be a bit frightened, but
Okay,
they
I'm
don't
gonna
appear...
hold all of them.
Okay.
And
And
I'm
they're
gonna pet
licking
all
your
their
face,
ears.
and they're accepting the love nicely, unlike that one over there. And,
And I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna say, stay with me, and you're okay, and you're safe now.
Sarielle, she's still kind of in disbelief and in shock, and that she was on the floor dying, and she's just walking around to all of the tables, like picking up shard remnants of fabric and candles and candelabras, and just like tossing it, kind of just in disbelief and kind of disheartened at everything, just walking around.
I'm gonna try to take my hands and just try to very gently warm anyone who might have been cold. Like, I know I'm cold right now, but I'm using like my internal flame to like warm me up, and I'm gonna like say if anybody needs warmth, then I'm gonna try to walk around and like try to warm people up. Maybe like take some of the tables that were broken and start a bonfire.
okay.
Sarielle is full on, like, she's not she's not trying to hide it, she is crying.
Not surprised.
Look at it this way, dear. No one will ever forget our wedding.
How is Crow Manor? We have to get these people somewhere safe.
I have plenty of space, so we can reconvene there. If we can start ushering people out.
I'm just gonna stay here for a minute if you could start that.
Well, I guess I'll overhear that. And me
Okay.
and Tor will like kind of take point going around.
We're assessing the structural
Yeah.
Okay.
building.
And anybody who survived that's still in the room
Take a
to
tour.
follow the doctor's orders, and they need a place to stay. I'm debating whether to go back and talk to my superiors. Do we need to get the army involved?
Okay.
I
I'm
find
assessing that.
Fergus, I'm guessing Lord Tremaine isn't that far behind.
No, he's in the room now.
And I'm just laying my head on his shoulder and just weeping.
He allows you to do that for a few seconds, and then it's like, there'll be time for this later. Now is the time for action.
Yep.
Pull yourself together, girl.
She
How
just
long?
lifts her head up and kind of like just still disheartened goes through the motions.
How long is Steven gone? Is he gone for a while?
He's not back yet. He's not back yet.
Oh man.
You'll see him coming in a few minutes. I'm giving everyone... He is going to come back, but I'm giving everyone time.
Okay,
for-
I'm essentially just taking remnants of all the shattered tables and crap and trying to make like a little bonfire for people to warm up by.
Okay.
Then I'd like to maybe go over and all the frozen people, I'm going to try to very gently unfreeze them with my hands. Very, very gently try to remove their bodies from the ice.
Okay. It would take you several minutes just to free one.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm still
Okay.
very, very carefully, very, very gently going through and like just trying to bring their bodies out of the ice.
Nulara, Umbra, anything you want to do in particular?
I have something.
Yeah, I think I'll help Ember with the ice, like
Okay.
just helping her move the bodies that are being freed and just being respectful to them and laying them on the ground and so forth, and just trying to almost like understand who was hit, where are they from, because
Maybe they were the target or something.
well, maybe they were the target, but definitely if that's the emissary table, then we just basically like with one blow like hit every single one of our allies. Somebody important has just died, so that's gonna be
On that
huge.
side.
Either you take control of it and you make it a rallying cry, or you've got problems where you've got interfighting among different civilizations.
Yep, I agree.
I just want to go around and reassure everybody and see who needs comforting.
Okay. Nulara is being Nulara.
Hey, Noara, I'm not feeling too good. I'm super cold and kind of bleeding, and I only have 5 hit points. Go scratch my ass, she told me.
Oh snap.
There's more important people than you. Go away.
Sashim, what are you doing?
When you started,
Well, I would like to, as me and
Scratch
Tor
your
are leaving,
ears.
like walk up to Sarielle. Someone pull like a moonstruck moment, kind of like snap out of it.
Sashim walks up to you and gives you a smack in the face.
I was like, oh, perfect. Exactly what I need right now. Thanks, Sashim.
Well, since you say I'm your BFF, whatever that means, these people need you. Start assessing the damage. Your father's fine. Let's move it. Snap out of it.
Yeah,
Tort, let's go.
got your life.
She kind of like rolls her shoulders a little bit and just like, fuck, fine. She flips her hair a little bit. All right, Crow Manor, let's go.
As you're making your way out and to Crow Manor, Stephen comes running back with the other 5 adventurers that you brought with you on your journey's Ember. He flew way faster than we could run, but he kept going due east toward Galveston Rock.
Was he like alive, feeling well? I mean, what do you think? He was
I don't think
doing?
any of us hit him with anything. I mean, we fired at him, but he was too high up. I don't think we did any real damage to him.
Okay, guys, we need to regroup everybody at Crow Manor, and we need to sit down with the council and figure out what to do. Because if all of these emissaries are out, maybe nobody even knows that this dragon is loose in the country. And maybe we need to go and figure out what to do about him. We might be the only ones who can do anything about this. I say we go and do a quick meeting with the city council. Like, triage right now.
I'll bring my superior officer.
Yeah.
That would be Adric Orksbane, who's
Okay.
on
Who's
the
on the
council.
council?
He's on the council.
Yeah.
Well, I will ask him, does he need me to bring anybody else? Any other
Is
officers
Shedrick
or
around?
sergeants?
I think your adventuring party should attend the meeting.
Is Shedrick around?
He is doing the best he can to triage the situation. When you leave the house, you can see that your house wasn't the only one that got damaged. It's by far and away the worst, but there are other houses along the way that have been frozen. Almost like as this dragon flew away, as its breath weapon came back, it was hitting the city. But your house was by far and away the worst.
What's the situation of the festival and like everyone that was there?
Everyone appears okay, frightened, very scared, as an ancient dragon just flew into the city, but
Death?
there doesn't know, just inside the hall appears to be the only real casualties.
Where's Wendell?
Wendell is with everyone moving toward the manor.
Okay.
He is moving through the group, doing very similar to what the rest of you were doing. He is doing his best to reassure anyone he comes across, asking anyone if they need help
Okay.
with anything.
Sarielle's silent for like the first time in her whole entire life. Silent.
And Sashim's very happy. Alright, so we all, I guess after that, I guess Tor and I will go
Okay.
to, I guess, the meeting.
Okay. So you make your way through the upper city to Crow Manor. And the Crow puts his servants to work, getting everyone in, making everyone as comfortable as possible. Some food has been put out, just trying to get to some sense of normalcy after this.
Is Crow Manor okay?
Crow Manor's okay. Crow Manor looks like it was untouched. After a little bit, as, emotions are starting to calm down a little bit, the council will start signaling that there is going to be a closed-door meeting. And Adric has personally requested all of your presence. He's told you to get your party together.
Okay.
Are the new adventurers coming in, and is Steven coming in?
Are you asking that question of the council?
I'm going to ask Shedrick. Would you like them to join us, or should it just be me?
Stephen could join if you wish him to, but the adventurers are basically visitors to our city. I don't think they should be in a council meeting.
Okay.
So it's up to you. Do you want Stephen in the meeting?
No, I'll tell Steven to stay outside, and I'll let him know what's happening later.
All right, just keep me informed, okay?
Yeah.
All right. And you're ushered into a closed-door meeting of the council.
Okay.
Is anyone opening? Does anyone have anything they want to say, or are you going to react to what the council's doing?
I'm going to say, you all know who just died. You all know all of those people who just lost their lives and what this means for this entire continent right now. And that I think it's incredibly important to get that dragon out of play. And without our connections, I think it's up to us.
Adric speaks up at that. You took the words right out of my mouth, Ember. Every head of the noble houses in Balkania were
at that reception, and all of them have been killed by this dragon. That is not an accident. This was no mere attack for fun. This was an assassination mission. Why? Why would a dragon come into our city simply to murder all the noble heads? What use does a dragon have of that?
Yep.
And that's
think those
absolutely where Adric
questions-
stands.
I think those questions can only be answered by going after that dragon.
Sir, we have rangers. Perhaps we could send one or two of them out first, see if they can pick up a trail as to where this dragon went to next.
Well, I believe your husband saw the direction he was flying in, correct?
Yeah, he was flying toward the next city over, right? What's it called?
Galveston Rock. He was basically
Galveston
flying
Rock.
due east. The
Okay.
dragon was just due
He
east.
according to Stephen, he was going due east, and as he was on his way, he kept breathing more and more ice into the air, but he was far too fast for them. I think that there is a trail to track.
Perhaps if we sent you to Galveston Rock, you could find out, did they get attacked? Did they see him? And maybe pick up a trail that way.
I'm okay with that. But who will protect the city here?
Well, what are your friends doing?
My friends are here visiting. They are adventurers. I would say you would have to ask them personally if they'd be willing to stay on. But if you guys need help, they're good people. They'd be willing to stay and help.
Oh, they followed your husband quick enough. They ran headlong after this thing.
Yeah?
That's quite impressive.
I would probably say that my husband should stay here.
Fair enough. Anyone else have any thoughts on the matter?
I really don't think there's much to decide except to go after it. And if there's something behind it, if there's somebody who can control them, we need to find that person.
I didn't even think of that, Nulara. Excellent observation.
Well, the dragon chose where to go and where to attack, and what to do.
Yeah, he
And now
must have
we're
known
left.
somehow.
So, if a dragon will kill anybody in the way, but this one had a purpose.
Nulara and anyone else who's proficient in nature,
Ugh.
which means there'll be a little check mark in your nature skill, may make a nature check. Nulara, you can make one regardless, and anyone else who might be proficient in nature. 12? You know that of all the dragons, the white dragons are probably the dumbest and the least capable of tactics.
So that gives me more assurance that there's somebody else behind it.
You would also know that in the dragon hierarchy, the white dragons are at the bottom. In the own little inter-dragon hierarchy. Red is at the top, white is at the bottom.
It only makes our mission more important than ever.
Does she share this information with us?
Do you share that information?
Absolutely.
We can say that
Absolutely.
Nulara speaks up.
Yeah,
and
it
says,
while
says
you're
all
all there,
this.
that's what, yeah.
Okay.
Ember?
I say this. I say we head over to the other city and see what they have to say about this dragon and what possible trail they have with him. But before I go, is there a person here who would know about dragons that can go with us? Or can I go to the local library and grab all the books on dragons before we leave?
The library you can absolutely do.
Is there anyone who knows anything about dragons that we can speak to? Other than you. Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
somebody who
Yeah.
might be able to help us.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a name. Maybe he has a story.
With that, Adric Orksbane turns and he taps your father on the shoulder and says something in his ear on the phone. All right, excuse me one moment. And Fergus Tremaine gets up and leaves the room. Any conversation, he's gone for a couple of minutes. If there's
I
anything...
think the books is an excellent idea.
Yeah, I think we should do the books no matter what, but even if we can get some fast information, how far do they fly? I'm not
How
an
often have
expert.
they been seen
Yeah.
in different parts?
Sometimes these
If
dragons...
they have, and they came directly here.
Yeah, the only thing I know is sometimes dragons are, if they're that old, people know about them, and they might have a name, a purpose, something that they've often thought about.
A few minutes later, Fergus Tremaine re-enters the room, and you hear, "Someone wants to know something about the dragon,"
Oh, God.
as Rowena enters the room.
Sarielle's still just like looking at the floor, silent. She's like listening to everything, but she's not
One ear and out
engaging.
the other, right?
She's not engaging.
I'm gonna ask her all the same questions, not to reiterate, but I'm gonna pick her brain. Do you know anything about white dragons? Do you know where their lands are? Do you know the guy's name? Blah blah blah.
White dragons are not exactly the smart type.
Okay. Hold on, we gotta write this down.
They like cold, they like mountains, they like Arctic temperatures.
So white dragons always like cold. White.
Like now.
So with that means he could kill them?
Same as the way he can kill anything else. Except a red dragon. Red dragon will just laugh at you if you give him fire.
When was the last time a white dragon was seen in this area?
In Whitebridge? Oh, I'd have to look that up, dear love. I don't
So
know.
it's been a while.
It's
been
been
a
quite
long
a
time.
while.
In your lifetime?
I've never personally come across one. Not a white one. Black, yes. White, now.
What would be the difference
Oh,
between
oh.
a black and a white
No
dragon?
way.
Acid versus ice.
Acid versus ice. Okay.
Rowena!
Is it possible?
Yes, Black Heron. Sorry, new Laura. One moment.
Do you still run your shop?
I do.
Oh,
Do
good.
you have anything for dragons?
Let me check my inventory. Maybe I could help.
Okay.
Dang, that's a good idea.
I could use some giant dragon slaying arrows. That would be awesome.
New Laura?
So you don't know any lore about what this dragon might be called, or where his actual home might be?
If that was an ancient dragon, that was probably Okeanos.
Please spell Okeanos.
Okay. E-A-N-O-S.
O-K-E.
A-N-O-S.
N-O-S.
Can someone train a white dragon?
Or maybe
I
have an
suppose,
alliance
but
with.
that is magic that would be beyond me.
So, if they are trained, we're looking at magic.
I would
Someone
think
with a
so.
knowledge of magic.
Powerful
magical
magic.
properties.
It takes powerful magic to tame a dragon.
Okay.
Well, what about even just like, I mean, this dragon talked to us. Do you think that they make alliances with humans?
It's unlikely, but not unheard of.
Sariel kind of picks up her head a little bit. Rowena, with Oakenhill military tactile textiles, is there anything that we process that could help us in a fight with a white dragon?
And that's one thing I did not mention because I forgot. On all of the official city guard, you notice that their armor has a crest that now reads Oakenhill armors, Oakenhill uniforms. A subsidiary of Tremaine Textiles.
Tremaine Textiles started breaking off into separate things. So there's Evelina, which is like a couture, like avant-garde fashion thing, which is where the whole wedding came from. It's like new age kind of couture fashion. But there was also, once she figured out Rowena's enchantments, she made another sector called Oakenhill Tactile Textiles, which is like stuff for fighting, military, just like things
I would
that
be.
can help
We
with
would
that.
be familiar with that.
Yep, you're
So
wearing
almost
it.
like
I'll
how
be
your
wearing that.
armor.
Okay.
Along with the Tregain Foundation, which you know about. Tregain was for the refugees and everything afterwards.
right.
So my question to him was, do we have something from that can help in that
From that
battle?
branch.
From that branch.
If you're gonna go after a white dragon, you're gonna need cold weather clothes. I'm sure we could do that. Something to help keep you warm.
I'm sure we have something in manufacturing, don't we?
I'm positive we do, love.
Would the military have anything in their PX right now of those type of materials that we can grab now?
What, for like the clothing?
Like cold weather or, resistant to dragons. Do we have
It would
any?
probably already be in production, wouldn't it?
Well, they give you cold weather clothes, but if you're looking for things like magic, they don't have anything that I have.
Really?
Do they require?
I may have taught you everything you know, love, but not everything I know. Yeah, new Laura?
Oh, snap.
Do they require a special kind of weaponry to kill?
Magic weapons.
Oh, okay.
You throw
Okay.
something non-magical at it, gonna be like throwing a grape at 'em.
Okay, got
So you ordering some
Okay.
arrows?
I don't know. I asked Rowena to check out your inventory
Yeah.
because I definitely need some magical arrows.
We need to see what she's got.
fire
Yeah,
arrows.
and Ruin, I don't know how long it would take, but I'm thinking like a potion that might make us like resistant to the cold, because when it hit us with his cold breath, man, did that hurt.
Also, how many potions of greater healing do you have on hand? We're going to need to get a whole bunch of them, all of us.
I still have.
I'll do what I can. Come see my shop in the morning. I don't know offhand what's in my inventory.
So after this conversation, I'm gonna say we need to do a quick regroup, and the 6 of us need to be on the same page. Are we all going? And when do we leave?
I've been serving Grey Bridge for 3 years. Grey Break for 3 years, but this is threatening the entire countryside. This is all cities, so I'll stick with you guys for this.
If I get the okay from my superior officer, Tor and I will go. So we're gonna have to outfit you with some more clothes. Because if it's cold, you can't just walk out with...
I still got the wedding outfit on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put on some more clothes.
I want a magical bow.
Okay.
Who's going? Who's
I know
not?
we...
Have we got answers?
One here.
Who's
I'm in.
going?
Are we all going?
Yeah, we're
There was one
going.
potion.
Can I stay with you? Can me and Steven and our 3 dogs stay with you?
Of course.
Thank
Can I
you.
stay with you?
Of
I'm
course.
little.
I have 3 extra bedrooms.
Oh.
We have to get back to the
I have a
barracks.
big cottage.
Yeah.
next
I'm
year.
staying here in Pearl Manor.
I'm probably gonna
Sarielle,
say
you're not coming, correct?
Where?
With us to track down the White Dragon.
And Sarielle just she looks up at her father and she takes a deep breath and she says, "This was all of our trade partners. This is our whole livelihood. This is everything that we relied upon. I don't want to go, but for 3 years I haven't done any of this. But this is my legacy. This is my empire, and I'm going."
Do you think that's wise?
What other options do you think I have, Nulara? To me, this is everything my father built and I built upon, and this is my life. Any battles I've done have always been in Whitebridge. I knew my father was okay, and now I have
you
to.
knew you could go home at the end.
I
of it.
could go home, and now I have the 2 most important men in my life, and I'm leaving them behind. But I don't know what else to do.
I see. We all should just go home and think about this. Relax. I will say a prayer of clarity, so everybody gets up tomorrow and knows what they're gonna do.
Okay.
There are very tough decisions to be made.
I want to, before we separate, I want to say my adventuring party is the 5 women that I arrived here with. I've been working with them for 3 years now. They are amazing women. They're very strong. They're probably going to stay at the local inn, which I assume I know that name. And I think maybe tomorrow we can meet at that inn and sit down and have a discussion. Does that make sense? Or back at somewhere else. I just feel out of our own elements, out of our homes, out of a clean mind in a different place might be really helpful. We sit down, we have breakfast.
I have no idea what Samuel is going to say when I say that I am leaving.
Yeah, I think telling Steven F off is going to be a tough one too, but I think...
I have no idea what my father is going to
Oh,
say.
your dad. Don't tell your dad. Just leave. It's fine.
I can't.
He'll
I have
never-
a
No,
whole
no.
empire here. I
Write him a
can't.
note. Just leave in the middle of the night. It'll be great.
I can't do that to him. I can't do that to him.
Okay. I want to go to the local tavern. Well,
Okay.
not tavern. Not just the tavern, but the...
Yeah, I know.
with the girls and Steven and the dogs.
Okay.
And I want to tell them what happened at the council, and I want to ask them if they'd be willing to stay behind here.
You want to
have-
do this tonight or tomorrow?
I want to do this tonight.
Okay.
The half orc Rhea's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And the furball druid says, well, I really don't have anything else planned, so sure, I can stay. And they're all like, oh, sure, why not? We'll hold down the fort for you.
And Bentley says nothing.
Venley says nothing. Ren just hugs. Oh, there is a wolf with them too, by the way. I
Oh,
forgot
big
that.
white
There's
wolf.
a big white wolf. And Kala's just, sure, we'll hold the place down until you get back. No problem.
Okay. I don't mean to snowball anybody, so if anybody wants to go back and have their conversations.
Okay. So you're returning to the cabin with Umbra and eventually
Umbra
with
and
Ember.
yeah.
And it's a little bit like old times.
Yeah. Make sure they
It's
were
like your kids came back.
Yeah, Nulara was having a little empty nest syndrome. Where are Sashim and Tor going?
The barracks.
Back to the barracks.
Back to the barracks? Okay.
Yeah. And just tell us where to meet. I would personally like to go see Rowena in the morning
Okay.
in her shop.
Okay. From the barracks and the military supplies, you are able to get cold weather equipment for everybody.
Okay.
Nothing magical, just a way to, like, travel through cold
Yeah, boots and jackets
stuff
and stuff
like that. Yeah, that you
that's
would
not a
travel
problem.
through cold climates.
Okay. Hats and gloves.
I need to have a big sit-down conversation with Fergus, Rowena, Samuel, and I would eventually like Marlena, my assistant there.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be
What
in your
is-
shoes.
The gist of should I stay or should I go, and what's the logistics once I leave?
Should you
If-
stay or should you rock the Casbah?
Yeah.
Those are
Yes, that's exactly the questions that Sarielle is wanting to get answers for.
Samuel completely understands. I figured that as soon as I saw the lightning bolts. Oh, you're gonna have to go hunt down that big boy.
And what are you going to do while I'm gone?
La-di-da-di.
Oh,
As little as possible.
You better do as little as possible.
Takes out an apple.
As little as possible, darling.
Actually, when you said, what are you gonna do while you're away, he might have looked at Marlena.
Samuel, darling. And Marlena kind of looks at him like,
It's okay, I have aviary business to attend to. I've sort of let that lax with all this wedding planning.
and she looks over at Fergus. What do I do?
Well, I won't say that I'm not going to miss you, but Marlena's fully capable of managing the day-to-day. You know I can't be involved in the business,
I know you can't be involved in the business.
but I have full confidence in Marlena.
I do too.
Then I think your answer's clear.
And also, you see this one right here? I point to the doctor. I was like, be nice. Be nice.
I'm always nice.
Yeah, it shows in your face and that grimace. That's real nice. I like it a lot.
Rowena puts her hand on his shoulder. He'll be fine.
Thank you. I grab Samuel's arm. I'm like, take me to bed now.
Far be it from me to deny that.
I meant to sleep as we're walking up the stairs.
Of course you did.
So before we end, I just want to say I have a similar conversation with Steven.
Okay.
Poor GM and all of his voices.
That's all right. Well,
All
Steven's
the
easy.
husbands. All the husbands.
All the
Line 'em up.
husbands.
Line 'em up.
So do you remember when you went and you signed up for the army without talking to me or anything? Remember?
Yeah.
I remember when I was like, okay, cool.
You weren't okay cool at all. That's not even a little how that
But like,
conversation
I
went.
still support you and I still love you and I still like was
What
there
are you
for
about to tell me that's going to upset me?
I would like to go and hunt a dragon, and I want you to stay here with the dogs and the girls to defend the city. Charisma? Eyes of Charming. Can I borrow those?
Sure, roll a persuasion.
Persuasion, babe?
Yeah.
Did you crit?
26?
Damn.
Ah.
Yeah,
Well,
26.
I'm not going to pretend to be happy about it, but I've seen what you can do. You can take care of yourself. And you got some pretty badass friends. If they're all going with you, I'll find a way to be okay with it.
Okay, thank you. You want to snuggle?
Yeah.
Okay. And we each grab a dog and we go to bed snuggling.
Yeah, you said how? Oh, wait,
I like that. I like that.
The evening passes. What's everyone doing in the morning?
Thor and I will be
up.
packing up all the cold weather clothing that we have, and then we're
Okay.
gonna go to Rowena's because we want to get some potions of greater healing.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
I'm enjoying my husband before we go to Rowena's.
We
'cause it
don't
might
want
be
to
the
know
last time.
that. That's why I'm in the military.
Here's what we're going to do. Everybody made requests of items. Here's what I did. I did a quick little inventory. I'm going to say this is what you all get, and we're going to start at 0 with your gold. So this is going to be a new beginning with your gold.
Okay.
Figure out who has the kitty or who you're going to track your individual gold, And going forward, you're each going to be responsible for it. So we're going to start all over from 0, and I'll say whatever gold you all had on you, you spent on these items.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you just keep it always gold? Because I get really confused with the silver and the copper and the platinum and the...
What do I look like to you?
You look like somebody who wants to put
I
life
am an-
into a
I've
party
been in
and
the
it drives-
Do I
Military,
look,
we don't care
do I look
about
like a circus bear to you? I am an
Wouldn't it be
artiste.
easier to only...
I am an artiste. I paint pictures.
Circus bear?
All right, so you
Double
all
your
get
movement on a ball.
outfitted, and you can divide these up however you want.
Go.
You get 9 potions of healing.
Hold it.
Not individually. You total party gets 9
Okay.
potions of healing. Well, I thought I had 9. I thought I had 9.
Okay.
I have my own.
No. Whatever you tracked, you have.
Oh, okay, because I had one.
Yeah, I have.
No, that's fine. Whatever you tracked previously that you know is still in
I
your
had 10.
inventory, you still have that.
Okay.
Now we all have that.
Okay? The party also gets 8 potions of greater healing.
Ooh.
Once again, I'm assuming you all just cleaned yourselves out on gold and you basically bought Rowena stock.
Okay, all right.
Yes. You
Oh,
Five-
so that's why we're all so poor. Got it. That makes more sense.
I'm never poor.
Shut up.
5 potions of superior healing.
Okay.
3 potions of cold resistance.
Yay!
Okay.
Tor gets 2 javelins of lightning.
I'm not gonna write that down.
Thank you.
You don't need to. I know it's for him.
Yeah.
He likes those.
Umbra gets 2 dragon slaying arrows. And you get a vicious bow.
Wait, I'm sorry. So what is that? Is that
A
the-
vicious bow is it's a magic bow. It is not a +1 weapon, but if you roll a 20, you can add an extra 7 points of damage to the attack.
Ooh.
Okay. So only on a natural 20.
Only on a natural 20. You can add 7, and it counts as a magic weapon for the purposes of overcoming resistances and things like that.
So it's a magical strike, basically.
It is considered, yep, any arrow you fire out of it is considered magical.
And for the arrows, what is that damage? Is it?
The dragon slaying arrows?
Yeah. Are they a plus
They-
1 arrow?
They work exactly the same way as the giant slaying arrows.
Okay, so they're a +1 arrow, and then if it's a dragon, it's an extra 2d6.
You got it.
Damn. You got any rings or doodads or...
Yeah. Something.
You
for,
know what would be really,
something
really
for
cool?
the casters.
Do you have anything that I can communicate with?
Okay, we can do that. Oh, okay. You'll get sending stones.
Yep! I would like... What do you mean?
Yeah, you had sending stones.
We had sending stones.
I know, but we use them between each other. I want something to communicate with my husband.
Got it. Okay.
Doesn't it have a range on them?
No, it's just you cast sending.
Oh.
Sarielle, you'll get a pearl of power.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
And what does that do?
You can use it to recover a spell slot up to 3rd level.
Wow.
Okay, we'll figure out what spells are in it, but you'll get a necklace of prayer beads.
Ooh.
Nicholas of?
Prayer beads. Over the next break, I'll figure out what's in it. Okay.
Is there any way that I can get better armor?
Each bead will be able to...
What do you have right now?
I think it's just leather.
Okay. No, you're in studded.
I'm in studded.
You're in studded. Oh, you know what I could do? Give you the pearl of power, and you can get glamored studded leather.
Glamour? Really? We're going there?
So now I get the pearl?
Give you the pearl of power. I mean, if you guys want to trade back and forth, that's up to you. This is just who Rowena would be handing the items to. And you get glamored studded leather. So now, not quite. So your armor class would now go to 15.
15?
And you can make the armor look like whatever you want. Yeah, you had it in the old game thing. There we go. Cool. So you never have to buy clothes again.
Ever.
You just, I look like this. Now I look like this. And I look
Oh
like
my god.
Pretty
That's
much.
gonna be funny.
And that's what she's been producing for the last whatever. She's like, oh, I've been producing this in the back for you for a while. Here you go.
this. Everyone good with their items?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We all have cold weather clothing.
Cold weather gear.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
magical.
we got it from the
Okay.
armory.
Got it from Knit. He gave us.
Oh, that's right. You put him in charge of supplies
Yeah.
and acquisitions.
Yeah.
So he hooked us up really
She
well.
put that was in Sashim's 3-year jump. Nit was trying to find his way through the army,
and he couldn't do anything right. And they wanted me to discharge him. So that was like the last section I can put him,
PX.
the PX, and he's actually doing very well.
And part-time, he comes to the spa and sets up schedule.
Yeah.
So he handles all the supplies and acquisitions and things like that.
The cold weather stuff, do they all have the oak and heel?
They all have the oak and heel symbol on it. Yep.
Okay, now since all these potions are a total,
Uh huh.
who's holding on to them?
That is not
Look.
up to me. That is up to all of you.
Okay.
Wow, we're stocked.
And I still got one of long rest
You got
and
one
my
battle.
potion of displacement.
Yeah.
Now, we did have the sending stones. Did he give you sending stones to give one to Steven?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be random backup.
So can I give my sending stone to Samuel? Like, I'll take the one that you and I, because you and I had sending stones.
Yeah.
So I'll take that original set and I'll give one to him.
Do you think that we should only keep the guys with one, and then we should keep a set between the two of us, and a set one here and one there, and we can actually say, like, I can say, Steven and Samuel, you can borrow it, like, you guys can trade each other off, or you think it's important to have two back here?
I don't know how often we're going to be apart on an adventure like this, though.
Okay. Sarielle, I would actually say that you would already have both, because if I left the city, I probably would have given it back to you anyway.
Okay. So, logistically, GM, just so you know, the original set of sending stones, I'm keeping one, I'm giving one to Samuel. The new set of sending stones that you just gave to Ember, Ember's keeping one, Steven has the other.
Okay, so the husbands are each have a
Yes.
sending stone. Okay, cool.
Would you like Steven and the dogs to stay in the house?
Yeah, they could stay in the house.
They can stay in the house.
Yeah.
Take care. Do you have any plants that need watering?
Oh my
The garden? Does the garden need watering? Because I have 3 dogs that'll take care of
Then
that.
they'll fertilize my
They'll
garden.
fertilize it. You're gonna come back. They're gonna
They
get
can
tomatoes
stay
a
there
day.
You mean while we're gone? They can stay
Yeah.
there.
If you don't mind.
No, that
Okay. I'm assuming that Steven is gonna set up as one of the adventurers that's gonna hang out with the girls, right? So instead of Tor and his women, it's gonna be Steven and his women.
Sure.
Cool. If our characters die, can Steven come and join the fight? And I'll just be like, oh, hi. Where's my wife?
Hi, I'm here.
Oh, she's dead.
What happens once we take this potion cold resistance?
For a minute, you'll be resistant to cold damage, which means you'll take half damage.
Half
So
damage.
the next time you get hit, when you see another dragon,
Right.
because the next time he does his breath, you'll only take half. And
Okay.
if you make your save, then you'll take a quarter. Right, babe?
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That
That's
is
what I wanted to
exactly
know.
how that works.
Perfect.
Everyone good with their items?
Yes.
Then I'm gonna bid you all a good luck and good journey. Kill us a dragon.
All right. But we are all meeting, and we're all going.
I'm putting you all right outside, right at Rowena's shop right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
As you say your goodbyes to Rowena and leave, and as you're walking out the door,
I'm going to hug her real quick and just whisper in her ear, take care of my father.
don't you worry, darling.
Do I see that?
Why is she taking care of her father?
Do I see that?
Sure, yeah, you see it. She wasn't trying to hide it.
What's going on with that?
They're together.
Yeah,
More
they're a thing now.
They're a thing.
That's your
Mama
mom?
Rowena.
That's your
No,
mom?
they didn't get married yet.
No, they're not married.
They were waiting until after my wedding.
Well,
Don't worry, darling. He's in good hands.
Okay, I don't need to know all that, but just take care of him.
awkward.
As you're
Do you
leaving,
get a family discount? Hey.
as you're leaving Rowena's shop, Umbra, you hear only in your head. No one else hears this. Just Umbra. Oh, are you my new wielder?
Oh no.
DM revenge. DM revenge.
That is such revenge. Wow.
DM revenge.
Ah, jeez. Who the hell are you?
What? She's saying, oh, geez, she's talking to
I'm
herself.
talking to my bow.
Yeah. Who the hell are you?
Oh, God.
Umbra, who the hell are you? Are you in my bow or are you the bow?
I am the bow.
Oh,
I'm on the brute squad.
I am the brute squad.
Look, last guy you had me couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Are you a good shot?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. I hope you prove that. Maybe we can actually hit something for a change.
Maybe you can shut it. Oh, shit.
I like this one. As Umbra is talking out loud
And we're just kind of
to
looking at her.
nobody.
I was like, what?
Oh, Umbra's changed.
All right. So what's the next move? Are you setting on the road immediately? Are there any last goodbyes?
It's early in the morning. We're fully rested. It's
Yeah.
a whole day ahead of us. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, fully long rested. Everything's back.
Woohoo.
The tour and I are ready. There's no need for us to say goodbye.
Right?
Yeah.
Hmm? Yeah, exactly.
You know, we're ready.
Mhm.
We're just.
As you approach the lower gates, Bart gives you a little.
Now we are walking, right?
They would provided mounts if you wanted them. Do not look at me. This is a
Nope,
group
nope,
decision.
nope. Just
Are we still
Do we-
deciding what we're doing?
I think if we can take mounts, we take them.
yes.
Can Tor get on?
We give him a horse that'll fit him.
Yeah,
Clydesdale.
Clydesdale.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
Alright, just checking.
Or giraffe. You got a giraffe?
I go to say goodbye to Samuel one last time, real quick before I run out. And I'm like, I'll meet you at the gates. Give me like 15 minutes.
Oh boy. Really?
Give me like 15 minutes.
We're gonna have to deal
Make a
with this.
constitution check. No, I'm kidding. What is your passive perception, though?
13?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, then. You get on your mounted, your newly acquired mounts, and you begin riding out the eastern gates of the upper city, the eastern gates of the upper city, on the main road, heading due east in the direction of Galveston Rock. I think that's a pretty good breaking point.
Clip clop, clip clop.